So it's a whole experience with the focus on the sound. Welcome, everyone. It's Mary Lynn with Shift Your Energy Now podcast, and with me I have a very special guest, WalkingStar. So, welcome, WalkingStar.
Thank
What can
you.
you tell us about yourself?
Thank you for having me here today, and grateful to be here. I've been doing sound healing for probably 10 to 15, probably I would say about 15 years now. And originally it wasn't something that I was pursuing in any kind of way. I have never even heard about sound healing before, but it kind of just showed up in my field. And I originally started off playing Native American flute music for a number of years. And then I met a gentleman here in Santa Fe that kind of introduced me to that. And he and I started doing sound healing retreats and sessions like that for groups of people for a number of years. And then suddenly, tragically, he passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh.
So I just kind of picked up and basically combined everything that he and I were both doing together. So now I kind of just made it, something of my own. And I'm not a trained musician by any means. I just work, intuitively. And now I'm playing crystal bowls, Tibetan bowls, Native American flutes, and a variety of other different instruments. So basically I'm just weaving a symphony of frequencies and vibrations. And basically what I've come to discover what I do actually is I'm like a portal opener, and I'm a space holder. So
I will agree with that.
Yes. So it's not, I sometimes just tell people I don't know what I'm doing. I just try to get out of the way and just be a conduit, a vessel for, whatever needs to come through and during the time that I'm doing sound healing for individuals and groups. So.
And I know that when you do the sound healing, you have like a sound bath. A lot of people have heard of a sound bath.
Yes.
And so, we all come together for like an hour, and WalkingStar plays his crystal bowls, and he has the Native American flute or indigenous flute. Also, you have feathers and like some whirly thing and some incense. So it's a whole experience with the focus on the sound. And I know for me, I was immediately transported to meeting with my light being guides and working on some stuck energies. And I know a lot of other people in the sound bath, they had really phenomenal shifts in their energy. And so do you put some kind of intention before you perform?
Not really. I'm just trust that whatever needs to happen for each individual person. And like I was saying, I just feel like I'm just a conduit. I'm just the vessel. And I think it could even be just my own presence, or it could just be probably all of it, when I start playing music, and then, things just start happening. So, and it's always very individual for each person. Each person can have a very different experience. And I think that's what's beautiful and unique about, doing this, type of work.
And I know that it's almost like a sacred healing, and that you're very modest, but I think you're very powerful with moving energy through sound. And we're mostly water, right? Our bodies are mostly water. And if you ever played sound near water, it ripples. So, you drop a pebble in a pond and it ripples. So I feel like when the sound comes through our body, that it kind of reverberates in the water in our body, and we're
Yes.
able to release, and especially stuck energy. So yeah, it was really phenomenal. Now, is there a difference, like a purpose of using the crystal bells versus the feathers and the incense and the flute? You have different modalities throughout.
Yeah, I think it's just a flow of frequencies and vibrations. I start off with, maybe some more intensity in the beginning, which, sometimes can be challenging for some people because,
Yes.
when
Yes.
these intense frequencies, which is good because it can start stirring things up, emotions, feelings, and I think that's good, for people to work through some things and also start moving some of that maybe stuck energy, and
Right.
then I kind of bring it back down again and smooth it out again, and then kind of bring it back up again. So it's just
Yeah.
there's a different rhythm to
Yeah.
what the sound is creating, so that it invokes different feelings, emotions, experiences.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people were giving their feedback to WalkingStar after the sound bath, and a lot of people were connecting with their ancestors. A lot of people really felt like crying, like so much emotion came up, so much energy came up, and not a negative cry, but like just a release cry. And for me, I was able to really go in deep with my light being guides and set some intentions. And I was asking and praying for clearing of my energies that are non-beneficial. So it's extremely powerful. It's more than you would think.
Yes, and it's it's unique to every
Yeah.
single person.
Yeah. And the sound healing, I mean, I think we're all familiar with a lot of different healing modalities, but sound is so effective because I think we are water, and our water vibrates to the sound.
And we're constantly surrounded by sound all the
Yes.
time, by nature, by just life. There's always frequency, vibration of sound that's happening around us all the time.
Yeah.
To me, it makes sense that people would be affected and resonate with this kind of modality, because we're connected to sound and vibration all the time.
And I think when we go into nature, the sounds of nature are lovely, like a waterfall or a stream trickling or a bird singing. But when we're in a city and we get garbage trucks and sirens and the noise of humanity, that can be very disruptive to us.
Yes.
So a sound bath kind of clears all of that out and almost recalibrates us.
Well, I mean, it's definitely been tested and proven that it's it's good for the nervous system.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay.
And also, medically, in the medical industry, I mean, they're discovering and admitting that now that frequency and sound is they're using that and for healing for people.
Okay, so the mainstream medical community has realized the benefit of sound.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And-
Well, I guess there's also ultrasound. I mean, that's, that sound as well, but this is healing. Yeah, very healing.
Yeah. And I think people have to be open and receptive
Okay.
to it as well. I mean, there's people that sometimes don't receive the benefits of sound healing because they don't allow themselves to.
Yeah, they might show up
receive.
skeptical and angry and, just lie down. You lie down with the sound bath. So is it advisable that people that take a sound bath go ahead and put an intention before?
Sure. Yeah, and then try to be open and receptive, because sometimes, like I said, some people are not able to receive the full benefits of it because they can't let go, they can't relax, they can't let go of the mind. And but there's so much that one can receive from something like this, but they have to, they just have to surrender to it. I mean, I've had people sometimes get up in the middle of a sound bath and they leave because
Wow.
sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it might be too much for them. The vibration, what's happening or what's stirring up in them, emotions, feelings. Sometimes they have to leave.
Well, what I feel like, if you have stuck energy, and we all have stuck energy with something, that when the sound comes through, it's like releasing it. So one sound may be the crystal bells coming through, and then the flute, and then you come with the feather, And I feel like that's like, swishing away any energy that came up and is out there in our aura fields. So why the feather and like, it's like a little whirly thing?
Well, usually at the end, I'd like to, use a feather and sage,
Okay.
because what I've discovered is, what I've seen is sometimes there can be some remnants of energy that still might be hanging around a person, or some other kind of debris of sorts.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
that's why I do it at the end, because it's like a final cleansing of anything that still might be hanging around, clinging to that person's
Right,
energy field,
right.
their body, etc. So
And it's very relaxing. So, the podcast is Shift Your Energy Now. One really effective way of shifting your energy is to get a sound bath, because it's going to shift your frequency and your energy, and literally the water. And it's so relaxing when it ended. It's like we were in another dimension or something. Like it took us a minute to get back connected to the day. Yeah.
yeah.
And of course, that's the intention, the shift
Yes.
and the release. And I know you work in Santa Fe, New Mexico, but how can people contact you? Because I know you travel and you would do events and things. How can they, you said to email you?
Yes, they can email me at the moment. I used to, when I was collaborating with a brother of mine that I was speaking about earlier, we used to have a website together. But since his departure, I haven't yet to create a website of my own. So
you're like the hidden secret.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be coming sometime in the future, for sure.
And what's your email address so people know how to
My email address is dblpisces@yahoo.com. So DBL abbreviated.
So
Pisces.
D is in...
D is in David, B is in boy, L is in Larry, and then Pisces@yahoo.com.
Okay. And
So,
are you Pisces?
I am. Yeah, I'm considered a double Pisces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody, astrologer, told you.
Right.
So I encourage everybody to get a sound bath. If you can get a sound bath near Santa Fe, New Mexico with WalkingStar, or hire him for an event or something, it's transformational. And not only do you get relaxed in the moment, but it's like a deeper healing that really, it's not just like relaxing like a massage, although it is that, but you're really getting deep into some stuck energies, shaking it up, vibrating it out of you with some indigenous sacred healing methods. Would you say that?
Yes. Yeah. And usually afterwards, I mean, that energy, frequency, vibration will continue working in somebody's body for some time after that. Could be hours, it could be days.
Oh, great. Right. Well, I'm still feeling it. We had our sound bath yesterday, and I just feel rejuvenated, really. And I think there's a difference. I mean, there's a lot of sound bath experiences you can have, and they might just be only crystal bowls or, WalkingStar's sound baths are very, really healing. When it's sound healing, it's very purposeful, very intentional, that it's not just to relax you, but it's to shift that energy, get that water vibrating, get that stuck energy out, get you connected with your guides or your ancestors. It was phenomenal. You heard the feedback. It was just, really, really powerful.
Yeah, and every sound practitioner, has their own way of doing it. Everybody, does it differently. So I think that's what makes it unique.
Yes.
So.
And now you got this, you mentioned that you really didn't have formal studies, but do you feel like, being an Indigenous person, that you got like your ancestors and your knowledge? Like, how do you feel you acquired your healing abilities?
I think it just, being supported by my relatives, my ancestors. So I'm being guided by that as well. But I think we also come in with our own knowledge, our own information, wisdom.
Right. And Santa Fe, New Mexico, for those of you who've never been or are unfamiliar, is a very powerful, almost like a vortex, city or town on the planet. But what can you tell us about Santa Fe and the energy here?
Well, like you said, I mean, it's definitely, it can be a really intense place for some people. I mean, I've heard stories that under Santa Fe, there's like a bed of obsidian crystal under Santa Fe.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah, a lot of people are drawn to Santa Fe for varying reasons, but a lot of people come here, for healing. And some people don't even know that they're attracted here because they need healing. Some people do
Right.
know, but then I think some people come here not knowing that they're actually coming here for healing.
And sometimes it does work that way where your soul will guide you to certain geographic locations and you just show up and the healing takes place. Really, you don't have to be conscious of it. Is that correct? I mean,
Right.
how does that work where when you go to a sacred site, how can that change a person?
Yeah, I think it's, based on each individual. I mean, some
Yeah.
people may become aware of a healing after something like that, but some people may not. Or they may be later down the road, they may come to a realization that this place that they might have visited, a year or two ago or whatever, had, changed their life.
Right. Yeah.
They might not be able to make the connection right away.
Right. And I think both of our lives changed since last year when we met. It's life, when you want big changes, transformational changes, it's really helpful to go to these sacred locations and get a sound bath with sacred healing. So, well, is there anything you want to say in closing to the viewers and listeners?
Well, I just want to thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure.
Feel honored, and yeah, I mean, I'm just here, being of service. So
Okay.
if anybody, needs any help or assistance, then I'm always happy to be, to be of service.
Okay.
So.
And again, if you want to contact WalkingStar for your event, he does travel, or if you're around Santa Fe, New Mexico, so it's dblpisces@yahoo.com. Yahoo.com. And to sign off, WalkingStar is just going to play a little of his indigenous flute.
Sure.
To sign off. So.
Thank you.